Hello everyone, and we have a Lionni story to read today, and we've read a few of his books, and some of them have had medals on them, Caldecott medals, and they were really good, especially Alexander and the Wind-Up Mouse, which I think might have been my favorite. Well, the one I have today doesn't have a medal on it, but it's still pretty good. Fish is Fish. And check out the cover. Lionni, but guess what it doesn't say? B-Y, buy. It doesn't say buy, it just says Lionni. And that's why you have to use your eyes to read so you know what it says. Alright. Fish is Fish. Lionni. At the edge of the woods there was a pond, and there a minnow and a tadpole swam among the weeds. They were inseparable friends. In the weeks that followed, I accidentally skipped a page. One morning the tadpole discovered that during the night he had grown 2 little legs. "Look," he said triumphantly, "look, I am a frog." "Nonsense," said the minnow. "How could you be a frog if only last night you were a little fish just like me?" They argued and argued until finally the tadpole said, "Frogs are frogs and fish is fish. That's that." What's going to happen to the tadpole? He's got legs. Do you know what a tadpole turns into? In the weeks that followed, the tadpole grew tiny front legs, and his tail got smaller and smaller. And then one fine day, a real frog now, he climbed out of the water and onto the grassy bank. Yep. At first, he was a tadpole. Then he turned into a frog, but oh no, he's leaving his friend. The minnow, too, had grown and become a full-fledged fish. He often wondered where his 4-footed friend had gone, but days and weeks went by, and the frog did not return. Well, that's kind of sad. He misses his friend. Then one day, with a happy splash that shook the weeds, the frog jumped into the pond. "Where have you been?" asked the fish excitedly. "I have been about the world, hopping here and there," said the frog, "and I have seen extraordinary things." "Like what?" asked the fish. "Birds," said the frog mysteriously. "Birds." And he told the fish about the birds, who had wings and 2 legs and many colors. As the frog talked, his friend saw the birds fly through his mind like large, feathered fish. "What else?" asked the fish impatiently. Now, are these what real birds look like? No, but the fish has never seen a bird before, so he thinks everything looks like a fish. "Cows," said the frog. "Cows? They have 4 legs, horns, eat grass, and carry pink bags of milk." Is that what a real cow looks like? No, but that's what they look like from his perspective because he's never seen a real cow. "And people," said the frog, "men, women, children," and he talked and talked until it was dark in the pond. But the picture in the fish's mind was full of lights and colors and marvelous things, and he couldn't sleep. If he could only jump about like his friend and see that wonderful world. Do you think the fish can see that world? No words on this page, so you don't read anything. And so the days went by. The frog had gone, and the fish just lay there dreaming about birds in flight, grazing cows, and those strange animals all dressed up that his friend called people. One day he finally decided, come what may, he too must see them, and so with a mighty whack of the tail, he jumped clear out of the water and onto the bank. This is the bank. It's dry land. Wait a minute. What's going to happen when he gets on land? Is he going to be able to walk away? He landed in the dry, warm grass, and there he lay, gasping for air, unable to breathe or to move. Help! He groaned feebly. Oh no, what in the world is going to happen? This might be a sad ending. Why can't he walk away? Yeah, he has fins. And he needs water to breathe. He's a fish. Luckily, the frog who had been hunting butterflies nearby saw him and with all his strength pushed him back into the pond. That's a win-win. We always help our friends. Still stunned, the fish floated about for an instant. Then he breathed deeply, letting the clean, cool water run through his gills. Now he felt weightless again, and with an ever so slight motion of the tail, he could move to and fro, up and down, as before. The sun rays reached down within the weeds and gently shifted patches of luminous color. This world was surely the most beautiful of all worlds. He smiled at his friend the frog, who sat watching him from a lily leaf. You were right, he said. Fish is fish. Fish is fish, and they have to stay in the water. Frog is frog. They can go in the water and go on land, kind of like crocodiles and people. The end. Now that is the end of that Leo Lionni book. And, well, that was pretty interesting because a fish stays looking like a fish when it's a baby and grows up. People grow up from babies to adults and they change in size, but they still look very similar. Frogs, though, they are tadpoles with tails. And then they grow legs and arms. And then they leave the water and can hop around. Alright, boys and girls, well, that is the end of that Leo Lionni book. And I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe it should get a medal too. Maybe it should. I think so. Well, we'll see you next time. Don't forget,